Hey everybody, it's Jess Starr here with Starr Realty Group at Keller Williams. And right now, I am with one of my dear friends, Amber Dodge of Timeless Designs Apparel. And Amber is an amazing small business owner, and she has been through so much these last few months. We have been sharing lots of trials and tribulations, and she started an amazing business a few years ago. Started it initially with LuLaRoe, right? How many years were you at LuLaRoe?
Little over 4. So little over 4.
Gosh, it feels
kind
like
of fell
longer.
into it. It wasn't something I ever thought I was doing. Somebody asked me like, hey, you should do this. And I was like, all right, give me something to do at night. And yeah, it became a lot more than what I ever thought.
Your side hustle became your main gig. And then tell us a little bit about what happened after your LuLaRoe journey.
Yeah, so LuLaRoe was so amazing for me, and it really taught me a lot of things about business owning and running your own clothing boutique. And I just wanted more. I saw a vision, and I wanted to serve our customers more, and be able to offer them more of a one-stop shop than just like leggings and tops. So we left LuLaRoe in May of last year. So this is our 1-year anniversary of opening Timeless Designs Apparel. I know, isn't that so exciting?
Crazy.
The 31st is like our official day. So it's like, oh, it's fast approaching. Like, how are we going to do? So we turned and opened Timeless Designs Apparel, where we offered women's clothes, jeans, shoes, jewelry and apparel, basically anything that you went to your regular store for, like if you went to a Nordstrom's, but just on a lower side and a lower key for those, stay-at-home moms and the moms, and really or that business owner that's also a mom that can go to work in one outfit and then, want to go to her kid's baseball game in a second outfit, but didn't have time to change.
Right.
So it's just like a quick take your blazer off and you're still fashionable, but also feel like womanly, right? Like that's the goal. Like you don't want to be frumpy, you want to feel pretty. So that's kind of was our goal, and that's what we started in May of last year.
And what I love most about Amber, and I love her passion and her heart and everything she does, they give back all the time with their company. We're going to talk about that too. With the clothing and with all of the stuff that she does with her company, she really focuses on making the person feel good about themselves, feel good in their clothes, no matter what size they are, whether they're tiny, whether they have a few extra pounds in them or a lot of extra pounds in them. And no matter what, when you walk into Amber's shop or even talk to her online, you just get a feeling that she cares and that she is going to treat you right, and you're going to feel like $1 million by the time you're done. And she even does great things. I mean, she made all our Starr Realty Group swag that you see us wearing all the time. So if you see any of my people out or my family, we are always in Starr Realty Group stuff because it's just fun and, well, it's cute, right? I mean, I think this is pretty cute. So anyway, so super grateful for that. So Amber and I, like I said, are good friends. Amber's also a past client. And when this pandemic first set out, we kind of were spitballing a little bit about what's going on, what's happening here. And she's been through a bunch of trials and tribulations. And should we just dive right into some of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the pandemic happened. I have twin 9-year-olds. All of a sudden I became a full-time teacher. And I run 2 businesses. So I have Timeless Designs Apparel, and then I own an advertising agency too. So we have a lot of different we specialize in automotive clients. So they have their own kind of cluster of things that they were going on. But I was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Like, people are going to lose their jobs. Like, I rely on extra income, like to buy like extra clothes and what you can do. And we got the opportunity through one of our manufacturers to be able to manufacture and produce face masks that have inserts that are carbon inserts that, they're not medical grade, but they have enough filter that, they filter pollen and different stuff. So enough to shield yourself from you giving off or receiving, just different germs, not so much the COVID germs, but just in general for safety reasons. And we put it into play and we ran with it with our manufacturer. They were a double layer. They were just amazing. We had different prints they had nurses prints and camo prints. And I think we had almost 25 different prints that they did.
Yeah, you had them everywhere. We posted them on here. They were all over the place. And you were one of the first people I saw, by the way, besides people turning in, like Judy had also started making homemade ones too. A lot of people made homemade ones. And I saw you two start doing this with the mask and was so impressed because you kind of pivoted what your business did into a new focus, seeing the need that needed to be met and then going for it to try to help people out.
We did a buy two, donate one. So for every two that were purchased, we gave back one. So, and we didn't give back a cloth mask, we gave back an N95 mask, which was a KN95 mask. So being able to work with these manufacturers, you were able to get things sooner than we kind of started it at the tip of when the shutdown started versus in the middle of it. So we didn't, when regulations started to get tighter with things coming in from, Guatemala and overseas, we already had stuff that was in transit here. So we didn't really come into lots of those hiccups, which was fantastic. But with that comes shutdowns and comes employee issues. And we had to furlough 5 of our employees at our warehouse. And we have a warehouse, I'm in Connecticut. And so we had a warehouse here and we went down to me being the warehouse, brought everything into our basement and kind of recreated this whole shipping station. And then I have a warehouse out in Utah and we went down to one person in our warehouse in Utah. So we split inventory to ship out, and come to find out 3 weeks after our masks started coming in that my employee decided that it was and I can't say too much, but decided that it was in her best interest to sell the masks on her own and mark all of them as shipped, and not ship them out to the correct customers.
Yeah.
So
you might have had a few angry customers is what I'm hearing.
People don't give grace when it's, face masks are, it's a fear product, right? It's a fear, everything you hear and you see and you read, it's embedding this fear in you, and it's, I need it now, I need it now, I need to put it,
I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting my family, I'm scared I'm gonna get the virus, what's gonna happen to me?
Exactly. And I kept saying, I'm I don't even have masks for my own children. I feel you. So one of the things that we did is we were 100% honest. We were, when the shipping delays happened, we sent out a mass email to every single customer that purchased masks that there was a shipping delay. And then when this happened, we sent out a mass email to everybody, letting them know that we could take their prints that they wanted and switch them out to black ones. Or if they wanted to wait, they could get the black ones at 50% off. So we offered them below even, we're so upside down as a business owner. You guys, everybody knows business owners, you never want to be upside down, but sometimes there's times where you have to do what's best for your customers that are out there. And then we, were able to get our manufacturer to remake them, reflight them out to us. It ended up taking 4 to 5 weeks from when they purchased them to when we got them out the door. But we shipped around the clock. Once I had them all shipped to me directly, we shipped out 900 packages in 3 days, which my daughter and I were packaging and wrapping together because obviously we're in quarantine and nobody's allowed in our house. My husband's a first responder, he's a nurse, so he, not allowed around them. So it was, my daughter and I wrapped and bagged and tagged, and we have a couple things that keep coming back, we had 3, we only got 2, and I'm like, we'll just ship it right out to you. I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, but we did notice that a lot of people don't give a lot of grace. But in the same respect, and Jess, you had your event today with giving back, is we were able to, we donated over 500 KN95 masks. So, and they went to our local fire department and first responders and to the hospitals. And it's, even with the theft, it'll all, I always see God has a plan somewhere, and he brought these masks to us, obviously not to make money on them, but to give back for them. And, it'll, the more you give, the more you receive.
sometimes you're meant to be a prophet of peace and of light, and you are meant to give more than you are to receive. And you are a great person for doing that always, never mind just with these masks. And obviously, I know that's a really difficult thing to go through as a business owner. You know, not everybody's perfect. We all have stuff as business owners that sometimes you have to eat a little crow or say, hey, you know, we didn't do it this way. And I'm sorry, I know that wasn't our standard and I need to apologize. And, you know, and our communication could have been X, or we should have done this. And yet here's how we're going to make it right. So I think the lesson that I'm hearing you say is make sure whenever you have stuff like this happen is, number one, make sure you make it right. Do the right thing and find the win-win. It's kind of a Keller Williams model too. Two, you always have to go back and do the give back too, no matter what. Never mind just contribution, but give back to the client first. And then obviously, you know, giving back to the community and helping those that need it right now is what's most important.
Well, and that's what we said in the beginning, is that we were going to be giving back. And the last thing I wanted to do was take away from that. So that was one of the things that we never lost sight on as a company, as a small business, was to that. And then we were able to get enough like inserts for the mask, which, you know, and we, to everybody, if they bought 10, we gave them 20. If they bought, you know, so it's like, hey, we're so sorry it took so long. We understand, but here's some extra stuff for you. You know, here's a little treat, kind of thing. So, but it also gave us a new vision for the business, that we couldn't just rely on face masks to stay alive and survive, right? Being as small as we are, and, you know, having to furlough our things, certain things we weren't able to get funding on and partake in that are offered federally and stuff. So we pivoted our business from just being a clothing store to now we have popcorn and candy and pool floats, and
I'm coming to you for pool floats. We're gonna need those.
Oh my God, we have whoopee cushion ones that are like epic that just came in. I can't even begin to tell you. Like the whoopee cushions and the unicorns are like my favorite right now.
Yes.
But
guys, if you're stuck at home, get these pool floats. I mean,
like, what do you want? Like, I'm thinking, like, I don't like to go to the store. I don't like to go to the store because, you know, it's just, some people are being safe, some people aren't, some people respect it, some people don't. So you just don't know. And having the twins all the time, it's like, okay, so what do you want? Like, not for nothing, the Quarantine 15 is all my friend. It's like my best friend. So like, give me all the popcorn, give me all the candy.
I might need a bigger pair of pants.
Yeah, give me the bigger pair of pants. Yeah, right. I don't have to worry about that. I can just go downstairs now. But it's like, it's your face wash. It's your, you know, it's turned it into, you know, not just clothing, but now it's like my favorite things. Like, this is what I use on my face. This is what I use. This is a company, you know, I've been able to work with manufacturers. Like, we've been using a tick spray on our dogs and on our kids that's organic and plant-based and GMO free and DEET free. And I've used it for a year, and I've been able to negotiate with a company to now become a distributor for them.
How awesome is that? So because of this, you went from just clothing and accessories and making people feel great to also thinking bigger to take care of their family and to create a little fun and take care of their health, is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, so we have all of it. So we're working with also a small business out of Southington, and we're distributing their beef jerky now. So we're able to work with other local businesses. Our soaps and stuff come out of Saratoga Springs, New York. So we've been able to partner with other business owners that their business kind of wasn't selling as much, to kind of become a wholesaler for them, to help them distribute their stuff that they were overstocked with, because of and help them move their stuff through their business too. So, you know,
that's a good topic that we should bring up then. So what Amber is naturally you can probably tell she's very dynamic and well-spoken and has a ton of great energy. And what she's really great at is building an audience on social media. And, I've known this and I followed her, and we've been friends since I think junior high. And literally, she always impresses me on a daily basis with what she can accomplish and what she gets done, and just how relatable and likable she is. And so, you know, if any of you small business owners have been fearing jumping into the social media space, Amber is a really great person to talk to about that, because really, I mean, how many followers do you have? You have a private group you run, right?
So I have a private group with over 10,000 followers, and then I have a regular business page with over 5,000 followers, and then I think it has like 68,000 likers. So business pages are a little different. You can follow them or you can like them, which also means that you're following them, which is fantastic. We also have an app. But on any given live, we have 100+ people that watch our lives every single night. We go live Monday through Friday, and it's a hangout. We hang out, like we sell stuff, but we chat and we talk, like, you know.
Amber will like have her kids running in and the dogs running in and yell at Brian about something. And then sometimes Brian will be doing the live.
Yeah, it's always Brian's first day. So we always joke, it's like always Brian's first day whenever he does it. So he's never worked a day. It's always his first day. But everybody knows our dynamic. It's like 11 o'clock at night and Nathan's not in bed yet. And we're like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not in bed? Like, it's real life. We show everybody real life. We don't candy coat it. We don't pretend. It's not, you know, if Brian annoys me on something, everybody on my live knows about it. Like, the country knows.
And also everybody knows that as Amber's friend too.
Oh yeah, because we're just not shy. But you know, in regards to social media, using your social media platforms for what they are and how you can engage your customers, even if you don't think that they're watching or you feel like it's tedious and it's something that you don't want to do it, because you're building a like you audience, like people that want to be like you, think they are like you, or that want to be like you, and they want to follow you because they want to know that their life is okay. Like, you yell at your husband, oh, so do I. Like, your kids aren't in bed, neither are mine.
Oh, your desk is trash. Great.
You know,
so
like,
is mine.
Yeah, like I need that extra small shirt or that 3XL shirt to look good on my body and not cry when I try it on. Like, well, we'll make you feel good. So we've created an environment where you can post a picture of yourself wearing something, whether it's from my store or not from my store, and you get honest opinions from people that are, you know, positive and uplifting. And if you're having a bad day, people come on to, you know, turn it around. If their mental health, like right now, I think with COVID is the biggest thing is like mental health is, you know, how are you surviving? Like, and are you joking about it? Or are you not joking? You know what I mean? Like, and we've created this.
Amber, what you've done actually is you've created a community. When people are looking for something, they're looking for a community. When we're making our care calls to our clients and we're making care calls to other business owners and just checking in with people, you know, during this time, even just calls from like Facebook ad leads and whatever else that we're doing, new internet leads, depending upon the conversation we have with them, people just need to feel some care and kindness and empathy, and everybody's lonely right now. So, you know, it's nice to have that. And in the community you've created, it's like, I can't tell you how uplifting it is. Sometimes it's just nice to see other people cheering people on, no matter what size, shape. If you're a mom, if you're a dad, there's guys that are on there too. And yes, the guy, like literally my husband was scrolling through and saw you doing something. He's like, oh, Amber's doing whatever. And I'm like, what are you buying?
When they jump on, like the dads and the husbands and stuff. And we do like stuff for men. We have beard oil and, you know, all different things like that too. So it's like, but they're the fun ones because all the ladies poke fun at them. And it's so fun. It's like when you join my group, we have 3 questions we ask them. Are you ready to join a group of women that are uplifting and that are going to support you? Like, yes or no. If you answer no, you're not coming into my family. Like, because that's what it is. Like, you join my group, you're a part of my family. It's like when I have upset customers, like I cry it, like heavy breathing, crying in the shower so nobody sees me. Like, oh my gosh, I've failed. I failed these people because they've needed these things. And, you know, and it takes a lot out of you. Like, I always say that I'm an empath. Like, I just feel everything 45 times more than I do, you know, if somebody's having a bad day, like I'm crying for their bad day. And, you know, and it's kind of just bringing them a little bit of peace. Or, you know, when my son walks in and I'm half naked and he's on his video chat, like, you know, people want to know that happened to them too, because they're not going to talk about it. But if you talk about it, then they'll talk about it, and then they don't feel as embarrassed about it. And when you're not embarrassed about something, I feel like it helps open up your mental health too.
Oh God. And they walk in and I think about it. I was doing, you know, I always do the Facebook Lives for houses, or I'll do them on some piece for real estate or whatever. And literally, I was doing something one day, and I'm trying to do the Facebook Live. I was sitting in one of my rooms, and one of the kids, I think it was Grayson the baby, he's 6. He has a Zoom. He's like, Mama, and he walks in, and like, there are piles of clothes everywhere because we're donating some. Summer ones were folding. Like literally, it is an insane amount of clothing, and I'm like, they're gonna see it all. Oh, it's horrible.
I'm like, guys, this is my mess. Bless my mess right now. Like, you see it? That's there. You know, who has a sock bucket? Like, who doesn't have the big laundry basket full of socks? Like,
I don't, Amber, because my box, you can ask my mother, it's about this high and like this wide.
Pick them out. That's what I say.
To somebody?
You know, survival of the fittest. Pick it out. When there was, like, when the toilet paper was shortage, I'm like, I got a sock bucket. Everybody's fine in my house.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But, no, seriously.
So bad.
That's
you have a septic system, you're not using the socks, okay?
That's my life. Yes. Those are the things that I'll worry about.
This is where your friend Jess, the realtor, says no socks for the septic.
I'm like, Jess, who do I call?
So, anyways, so obviously Amber and I like to have a little bit of fun, but I think like also pivoting your business, for those of you that do not participate and really heavily work on the social media aspect, you have an opportunity right now being at home to
everyone's
literally
online.
Oh, everybody's online right now. They're looking for stuff to do. They want something that's fun. They want something that's not about the virus necessarily, and you know, just something to just check out and live through vicariously through, or look forward to. So that's at least been my experience with it.
Yeah.
You know, today, even posting on the Facebook Lives that we were doing today, we had Keller Williams Red Day, and it was amazing because we called, you know, all our past clients that we could. And literally, we had over 40-something families for just our team, for Starr Realty Group. Keller Williams themselves had an enormous turnout too. And we had like $400 or $500 that people donated. And we gave that to social services in Simsbury for the food pantry and to Gifts of Love. And that was just in the Simsbury location. And then 20 different charities got donated to today through Keller Williams Greater Hartford because of Red Day, which is a day everybody takes off across the country or the company and gives back to Give Where We Live. It was so inspiring, and I had people commenting and messaging and just saying, can we still drop stuff off? I'm like, we'll still take it. I'll still drop whatever you need to. So
That's awesome.
I was like, so inspired. And people were like, this is the best idea. It was a socially distanced food drive. People left their stuff in a bag in the driveway. We picked it up and we donated it, and so easy.
Yeah.
So think differently as a business owner too. How can you give back? How can you take care of other people?
Right. It's thinking outside the box. Like, you might be, you know, somebody said to me the other day, are you ever concerned about teaching somebody how to do what you do so that they don't need your help anymore? And I was like, no, because if I can teach one person to do it better than I could ever do it, then I've won. Like, for me, that's like winning. So, you know, and if you can give back and influence one person, then you've won. Like,
right.
You know, and we do one thing that we do in the spring and the fall is my sister's place in Hartford, we donate to the abused women's shelter. So all the kids and stuff get a ton of stuff, but the women get not a lot of stuff. So we do a trade-in, trade-up event. You bring your clothes, we give you a discount on any clothes that you purchase, you know, so if it's a shirt, it could be like, you know, you bring a shirt, you get $5 off your net purchase of a next shirt, and then we donate 100%. I think we donated like 80 pounds in the fall, and we have one coming up this spring. We're a little pushed on our event because I can't have people shopping, but it's, you know, one of those things that you just have to think, how can I give back? And when you start giving back, then your business will grow. And you stop thinking about yourself and you start thinking about others, then your business is going to grow. And it's becomes a not about me market. And you start doing, and that's kind of like when Corona first happened, and I was like, oh, me, what's going to happen to me, like, oh my God, my business, my, what are we going to, and then it was like, what can I do to serve everybody else that's following? How can I help? What can I do to help? And when I turned that, we're up 72% month over month from last month. So like, I mean, it's just changing how you would do business.
The moment you take me out of it, you take I out of it, and you insert we and you will have so much more success. And the moment you stop caring about the money is the moment that the money won't be something you have to worry about again.
Right.
It's more important to take care of those around you and those you serve. And that's been our experience. And I've been so grateful for it. Even when, I was the new agent starting out, and we had very few sales the first few years because it takes a while to build up a business. And 17 years later, we do quite a substantial amount of business, which is great. And it was a ton of hard work. It still is a ton of hard work. And yet we're so grateful for the opportunity to serve like we do. And that's why every client event that we do, we tie a charity to it.
Right.
Every community event that we do, we tie a charity to it, because I think it's so big. And our goal and passion is to teach those around us, teach our clients and their children, as well as our children, how to be servant leaders and to give back to their communities.
Well, and you still operate your business like you were 17 years ago. You haven't, like, that passion, that drive, and that you haven't lost that. You haven't succumbed to like, oh, we're doing good, we sell a bunch, you know what I mean? Like, you still have, every client you treat as though they're your first client.
Yeah.
And, and they feel it, and they feel it.
Yeah. It makes that means the world to me. That honestly is truly, I tell people, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a $3 million buyer. I don't care if you're a $30,000 buyer. Truly, I think I want you to be a client for life. In the end, to me, it's about creating a relationship and making sure I put you in the best situation, the best homes. You're going to make memories with your family for how many years to come? Like, it's so important. So stop taking the you and what's in it for me out of it. Just like you said, I think that's the lesson for everybody. And I think a lot of people, I was really impressed. Christy DeConti shut her business down because she thought it was the right thing to do at the time. She has a daycare, natural learning daycare. And she's like, it was the right thing to do for the health of everybody. And I was really impressed with that. And I called her and said, hey, I want you to know how proud of you I am. That takes a lot of guts to do that right now. Yeah. Right? And then a lot of people wouldn't do that. And so I'm so grateful to be surrounded by amazing business owners like you and so many other people that are in this group and that are giving back. What other lessons do you think you could share? By the way, guys, we're on, if you joined us late, with Amber Dodge from Timeless Designs Apparel. I'm even getting a reminder, and I already did it. So literally, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew she is in Avon, Connecticut, has a wonderful small business that is not only clothing and accessories, but a whole gamut of other things.
Oh, dog toys. Yeah. We've got, you name it. If you need it, we've got it now.
You need jerky, you need bug spray, you need dog toys, you need a face mask. We got you. How about a pool float?
And we'll make you look good when you're homeschooling.
Exactly.
Like, you could be the best dressed homeschooler ever.
Right. So what other lessons would you want to share with other business owners right now, from not only what you learned during the pandemic, but maybe just, from starting your business and building your business? It's been like 5 years of this business.
Don't accept mediocrity, like, fight. And if you want it, work hard for it. And, if you have sleepless nights, you have sleepless nights. Your body will adjust. Yeah. I'm a firm believer.
We talk often on sleepless nights. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. 3 o'clock in the morning, my uncle's getting up for work and he sends me a text and I text back and he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm just going to bed. But, and have a vision. Like, put your goals on paper. If you put them on paper, they're real. If you just think of them, then they're not, because then they can change. But if you put them on paper, and then attain them, and they're attainable, and put your goals that are not attainable on paper so that they're attainable, and don't settle for what somebody else thinks that you can do, settle for what you want to do, and don't stop until you get there. And, Timeless Designs Apparel it's going and it's going to be great and it's going to be fantastic. And, my 9-year-olds like obsessed with it. And when she talks about it, that's all she wants to do. And you know, it's light your fire in somebody else too. And if you're doing great with the business that you're in, try to teach somebody how to do it too. Because that's going to be the best thing that you can give yourself, is to grow yours and help somebody else grow.
Yeah. It's not worth doing unless you can help somebody else along the way. And people will also often say to me, hey, you know, I don't understand why you take so much time to go teach other agents or go teach throughout the country. And I say, if I can help it's the story of the starfish. I say it on so many Zooms when I teach people. And, you know, I was having a hard time when this whole pandemic started because I have a business coach and I was talking to him. And at one point he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, no, everything's fine. Fine. We're all fine. One of my assistants got rushed to the hospital. I had other team members that were sick. I had other team members that weren't showing up just because they were like in a bad headspace. You know, stuff was tough. And then I was worried about 16 clients being furloughed and other people needing to pull their houses off the market and protecting everybody. And I called him and I said, you know, my care calls are wonderful. And at the same time, they're so draining because I do feel it at a very high level. And he's like, yeah. And I said, and I'm just so worried because I can't save them all. And he's like, Jess, he goes, I hear you speak all the time. He goes, and what's the one thing you say? What's the one story you share? So I'm going to share it with everybody here. And you've probably heard it before, but humor me. I like to tell the story on any of the Zooms where I'm teaching that in this situation right now, if there's anything you can do to help another person, do it. There was once a story of a little boy who was on a beach surrounded by thousands of starfish, and he was bending down and picking up a starfish one at a time and throwing them back in. A little old man was walking down the beach and sees the boy, and he says to the boy, son, what are you doing? You can't throw all these starfish back in. They're going to die. And the little boy looks at him and he bends down and he picks up the starfish and he throws it back in. And he looks back at the little old man and he says, but I saved that one. So just take time to save one person, one situation, one deal, and be that starfish saver. It just matters. So I knew when I took that back to heart that then my energy started lifting back up, because it was so hard to take all of that in when I wanted to just save them and felt helpless because I couldn't. That was really difficult. Yeah. And I know this fish situation, you know, you feel like you're a business owner, you want to go cry in the shower because something went wrong and you couldn't be as perfect or as great as you normally would be for whatever the situation. We need to learn to grant ourselves some grace. And forgiveness too.
Yeah. I think out of Corona, the biggest word that I will take away is grace, is you just have to give people grace. And, you know, I got a full cap locks email today and I wrote back and I said, I think your keyboard got stuck. And and then kind of answered her question and she came back, oh, it did. And I know it didn't, but you know, it's kind of like, just give each other and everyone grace in regards to, you know, the situations. You don't know what their home life is. You don't know what their day-to-day is like. Right. And if you could just give them a little bit of grace and acceptance, or a smile, even through a mat, you know, like, or just, you know, you can smile with your eyes. And it's funny because I had a conversation with somebody like, how nobody will ever even know that I'm happy anymore. And I'm like, your eyes will tell it. Your eyes are the window to your soul. Like, if your eyes look sad, then people know you are. If your eyes are like, hey, I want you to see your face. So you can acknowledge.
You can hear it in your voice too. When we make our calls and the care calls, I say this to people. Sometimes we're prospecting and we're calling, you know, cold calls. We're calling expired listings or for sale by owners that didn't sell. And people will say, well, why would they list with you? And I'm like, well, they end up telling me everything and they end up listing with me. And I said, they list with me because they can hear my smile on the phone.
Yep.
Like, let that sink in for a minute. How can somebody hear your smile and feel you on the phone when they don't know you? But they can. So, and it matters. They need to feel you care. People right now just need to know you care. That's all that matters.
Yep. And they're just looking for that. They're looking for that person, that thing that's just going to give them a little bit of light. Yeah. And I always joke that I've like trained my whole life for quarantine, and I'm like, now I miss people so much. I'm like, oh my God.
Amber's is not, so this is the other funny thing about Amber. And I am to an extent, once I'm done for the week, then I am. You are more than I am though. Amber is actually an introverted extrovert.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
She would rather just be home. I actually am secretly dying inside and want to hug everything I see.
Like I would 100%. I always say that I'm an introvert extrovert, because like if you've met me online, I'm like crazy, and I've had people travel from Georgia, and I think the furthest was Carmen came from Nebraska to meet me, and they flew in and we picked them up, never met before, and they spent a couple days with us, and they're like, you're so different. You're so laid back. And I'm like, I really am. Like I'm a homebody, and I love it at my home, but I love people at my home, and I can't have people at my home. So,
I remember we were at a charity event one time. We had taken a bunch of our top friends and clients, and we had donated to Dog Starr Rescue. And so Amber had come with me one time. Was it last year or maybe a couple years ago?
Yeah, this past year.
Yeah. And so we're sitting there and we're talking, we're sampling the beers and seeing the puppies and everything like that. And these couple of girls walk up, and you would have thought Amber, so this is what I mean by having like a following of people that really love and like you and think they know you. They think that she's their friend because they've seen her online. This is how connected people feel. So how can you create a business like this? They literally walk up, and it was like they were groupies. They walked up, and Amber was like the best thing since sliced bread. And it was so great to see that, she just had that impact on their lives. So how can you create that with your business, no matter what that is? And just reinvent yourself, be willing to change and pivot. I mean,
put yourself out there. 100% put yourself out there. If you don't think if you have like 5 followers the first live that you do, then you have 5, but the next time you're going to have 6. And also know that Facebook will show you how many followers you have, and it's actually a fake number. So you never really know the true number. So they only show you your followers that constant follow. They're not the single followers. So it's kind of a skewed number too. So I always tell people when they go live, they say, well, nobody was watching. Well, no, people were watching.
Yeah.
Just take your finger and put it over that number that says 0. Like take a tape on your phone so you can't see the number and just go live, because that number doesn't matter. Just go and be you.
Yeah. Once you're you, people will learn to like and love you. And you'll attract the people that actually deserve to be with you instead of the people that you just are with.
Right.
And it's kind of nicer because like our clients today that all 40 plus families donated, and that was a 1-day notice. And I mean, gosh, if we had more time, we could have done even more. So we're going to have to do this again. And yet I was so grateful to be surrounded by these kinds of people that were that giving and servant. Throughout the state, they donated too. We drove all over the place. And I think to myself, like, how awesome. And because of the power of social media and Facebook, you have the opportunity to do that right now. 5 followers, but 5 local followers, 5 followers that are connected to you are more important than paying for 10,000 followers that don't even know you, and it's just a number. So business owners, be smart, connect with the people that are from around here. You'll have your cheerleaders that love you, and don't be afraid to ask for help either from other business owners and from those cheerleaders. It matters. So anyways, Amber, how
you don't have to spend money. That's one. You don't have to spend money on social media to get those followers. Just you have to be authentic. We spent $0 on advertisements to get our followers, to get our group. So you don't have to spend the money.
That's huge. Amber, how can they follow you as we wrap this up right now? And how can they connect with you if they need any help, any business advice, or need any products? I mean, she even does promotional products, guys, too. So she's really
we have
one-arm paper hanger.
Our body butter, our hand sanitizer, everything is, private labeled. We work with manufacturers, and everything's organic, and which I love. And it's all real stuff. Nothing that you can't pronounce. That's what I always say. But Timeless Designs Apparel. On Facebook, we are Timeless Designs Apparel by Amber Dodge is our private group. Feel free to join. You just have to answer your 3 questions. When you do join, on Instagram, we are amber.dodge is just my name because that's my brand. That's who I am. I could create another one, but it's me. It's me.
Yep.
On TikTok, you can totally watch my amazing TikTok videos at
I haven't seen this yet.
Oh, yeah. I got the moves. No, I really don't. Most of them are about the clothes and the different things that we have. But once you join our group, you can join our text links and get any of our communications through there. If you guys need to email me, you can email me at amber.dodge@timelessdesigns or at which one? I'll give you the easy email address. There's like the long one and then there's the short one.
You know what you could do, Amber? You can also, at the end of this video,
yeah, I'll do that.
In the comments, post them all.
Yeah, it's info@timelessdesignsapparel.com is the best.
There you go.
That's the easy one.
Like,
That's the easy one. The other ones are super long. They go to different mailboxes, but info@timelessdesignsapparel.com is one I monitor.
Okay. All right, awesome. Well, we are so grateful for you. I am so thankful that you came on and shared.
Well,
Thank you for being
having me.
A vulnerable leader. You're awesome.
I feel honored. I'm super honored that you asked. I was like, oh my goodness, she wants me.
I love strong women. I love great business owners. I love servant leaders that give back to the community, and you are certainly one of them. And I'm grateful that you're willing to share, be humble, and be vulnerable. And hopefully some people took some great lessons from this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, dear friend.
Thanks. We love you.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Let us know who you want on here.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much. Who left this back slider open?
Oh. I was like, is it off? All right, cool.
I'm
sorry about that.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. I had mosquitoes coming in, and I'm like, the kids left the back slider door open.
We had that too last night. It's fine. Well, I love you. Thank you for sharing. Make sure you go in the comments and post how to connect with you.
Yeah, for sure.
See it too.
Thanks for having me.
All right, girlfriend. Love you.
Right.
Do you have a YouTube too?
I do have a YouTube. I don't really use a lot of YouTube.
That's fine. We're probably going to post on YouTube, I think, right, Steve?
Yep. That's the goal is to get all these up on YouTube.
Yeah, Amber Dodge.
Okay. We'll find you.
My name.
All right, girl. I love you. Thank you so much.
Bye. Off to my life.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.